Hi, it's Takagi. I was bored tonight. I'm off of work. I wanted to see how your present shopping for Kikin was going. Did you get the bird? So you're gonna take it up to a dachiku, or are you going to the shrine near you? That'll be fun. Is she dressing up? Her One-san is coming? Her name is Kinume-san, and babe, she's gonna grill you. Do you know anything about her? Kikin is a very great girl, but she's one of those kinds that goes from person to person and never really stays single. I was already out of town before she started getting confessed to, but I know she has been confessed to in middle school and stayed with them for a moment and then dated 2 other people in high school, I think. Of course, but Kiname-san was never approving of her partners. To be fair, middle school relationships mean nothing. But in high school, one of her exes was very poor and the other had some unusual political views. And you've lived here forever, but you only speak English? Not that's bad. Some people think that's kind of exotic, but it's different. She probably will assume you're just too dumb to know Japanese. Kiname sounds very attractive, almost like an idol, and she seems to enjoy turning people down. And she definitely doesn't understand why her emoto is always with someone that's a little offbeat. Yeah, well, she can be. It's weird. She uses people for what they can offer. Trust me. She's going to come in a more formal kimono than Kikin and then probably try to trap you into saying something awful in front of them. She enjoys toying with people. Okay, look, babe, obviously I have my own problematic interests and tendencies myself. But I would never go out of my way to enjoy hurting someone. If one of my brothers were dating someone and I didn't like them, I wouldn't run in and ruin it all. No fun to be had. Well, I believe there's a difference between liking someone and it causing some hurt and trying to hurt someone that likes me, if that makes sense. If I like someone and getting with them causes some problems, that's just relationships. But if I went out of my way to get someone to like me with the goal of hurting them, that's different. Exactly. See, babe, you get it. Kiname sounds different. I don't know if she has the capacity to have real romance, and maybe she's honestly kind of jealous. And that's why she wants Kikin single, too. If you talk to her, she sounds like she doesn't believe in relationships anyway. Yeah. There have been times where I've expressed issues with dating to her and vice versa, and a lot of it revolved around her sister. People like to get with her and Asan more than her sometimes. Everybody's different, right? In school, the boys clamored over Kinime-san, and honestly, her flippant attitude alerted them more. Yeah, you are unfortunately getting into a family with some drama. Sisters battling over dates, a mom in Canada, and their dad doesn't date either. Kinime-san totally takes after him. I'm so lucky with all my brothers that there's no fighting among us. Well, at least not with me. I'm sure they squabble over girls sometimes. Level-headed? It's not a compliment I usually get. Trust me, babe, there are some ill-advised thoughts in my head all the time. In fact, I think I'm going to step out on the balcony to smoke, so there's one. I know, but it's still not a great habit. So, is Sakurabe the first girl you've been with? Seriously dated? Oh, really? In high school? Did you think that you guys were going to marry? Yeah, no, I see. It's funny how we all think that when we're kids. My first date was in my first year of high school, but it went a little differently. Well, I went out to see a movie by myself. I saw this boy standing by the entrance, checking his phone over and over. So I asked him what he was doing, and he said he was waiting for a date who was very, very late. So I asked him if he wanted to sit with me, and he did, figuring he was stood up, obviously. We sat in the back and talked a bit during the movie, and even held hands for a minute. But when we left, his phone had a bunch of calls from his girlfriend. She had showed up and waited outside after we went in together, but then left after a little while. No, I actually did keep in touch with him. He would always talk about how flaky his girlfriend said he was. And we even went out a few more times. Eventually, he did dump his girlfriend and dated me for a little while, but at that point, I don't know. It just wasn't as exciting. Right? The relationship was clearly awful, so it was total charity for me. Trust me, babe, I can fix a relationship, just not my own. Oh, yeah. It's hard to find nice people in the world sometimes. And Kikin's definitely one of them. Ooh, it's cold out here. Let me go back in. Okay, you still there, babe? Good. But anyway, I wish you luck dealing with Kiname-san, especially with your family there. Maybe you should look her up on social media before you meet, so you know what she looks like. That way you won't be so smitten out of nowhere. Yeah, but you said I was cute too, remember? Remember at the mall? How happy that made me? Well, you clearly have the capacity to fall for other girls. Well, no, I'm not being mean. That's what I'm saying. It's not judgment. You're only human. But I think Kikin will notice immediately if you gawk at her One-san. I mean, I would. A smart idea? Well, of course it is. Do you think I'd steer you into a decision of ill-informed debauchery? Okay, that's fair. I would a little bit, but not with something as important as your girlfriend's family. Although, I'll be in Shizuoka for the new year anyway, so I guess you really couldn't come after me. It's a joke. Relax, babe. I'll check in on you two after you celebrate Hatsumode and ensure if it's all good. I'm sure you'll do fine. You're amazing. Yeah, if Kiname-san tries to sabotage things, it'll only be out of jealousy because she can't have you. I mean, I'd almost sabotage things to have you myself if you weren't with my best friend, of course. Really? You can't say things like that. You think you'd have a crush on me if you didn't know Kikin? Wow, I don't know what to say. This is a really nice thing to hear. I want to be careful because I'm going to blush if we keep talking like this. No, I'm sorry, babe. It's not an embarrassment. It's just, so nice to hear. You must be very secure in your relationship to say something that bold. Or else, you enjoy the chase just like I do. It's very attractive in my opinion. Because I have a blunt personality too. It's the best way to be. Yeah, no, definitely. Well, I think, I'm gonna go take a bath, actually. So, I'm gonna, relax before bedtime. Thank you. I hope the holidays go well. If you need more tea on Kikin's family, just give me a call. Thank you. I'm sure it'll be fine, but I will travel safe. Have a happy new year. And don't get in too much trouble, babe, okay? All right. Bye.